Hi everyone and welcome to Unraveled. I hope everything went okay with the chain stitch, and I hope if you had any questions you posted them below and I was able to answer them. This time in this video we're going to learn about the single crochet stitch, which is the next step up from the chain stitch, and from using the chain stitch and the single crochet stitch, from there you'll be able to make a whole scarf using just those items, and you'll be great at it. And it'll just take a little bit of practice and a little bit of work with your tension, but you'll be there in no time. Today we're going to switch it up a little bit and use this Lion brand yarn called Wool Ease. This is a medium weight worsted and it's natural heather color. And we're also going to use a size H 5mm hook. And we're just gonna get started. Just to review a little bit of the chain stitch, we're gonna make a slip knot, and we're gonna put the hook in the slip knot, pull it tight, not too tight. I'm gonna make about 10 chain stitches just to get us started. Remember, you're gonna yarn over from the back to the front, angle the hook down, and you're gonna pull it through. 4, 5, 8. Okay, it should be enough to get us started. So you can see the different braid loops. You can see how each braid means it's its own stitch. So each of these little bumps, and what we're gonna do when we single crochet is we're going to put the hook right in between these braids here. You can count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's easy as that. And then the next thing you're going to do to get to the single crochet, we're basically going to go into the next row. So we're going to skip this first. Oops. We're going to skip this first this first chain stitch. Excuse me. And we're going to go right into the second from the hook, just how the patterns usually refer to it as second chain from the hook. You're going to go right into the middle there. You're going to yarn over from the back to the front. You're going to pull it through the chain, so now you have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over again. And you're going to pull it through both of the loops on that hook. And you're back to just 1 loop on the hook. That's your first single crochet right there. So it's just a lot of yarn overing and pulling through different loops. And if you're worried about the terminology, don't worry, you'll get it. It's pretty simple. It just takes a little getting used to, and sometimes you just have to read a couple patterns to really know what you're looking at. So you're going to insert the hook into the chain, yarn over, pull it through the chain. Now you have 2 loops. You're going to yarn over again. You're going to pull it through both of those loops. Again, insert the hook, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through both. Insert the hook, yarn over, through. And if you're frustrated at the beginning, sometimes a lot of that is just kind of getting used to holding the yarn, holding the hook, and holding those in your hands for the first time. I know it took me a while to get the hang of that. A lot of people will hold the yarn out with their finger like this. I personally like to hold it closer, but that also makes my tension tighter, so I have to account for that usually when I am crocheting. So it's just something to think about. Just think about where you are most comfortable holding the yarn. It's not necessarily where I'm holding it, so just be aware of that. Insert, over, pull, yarn over, pull it through both. Insert, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through both. I'm going to get to the end of the row here so I can show you how to get to the next row. And there we go. So you see, here you have your first full row of single crochets. It's just basically 1 pulling through loops on the hook. It's pretty simple, and like I said, you can make a whole scarf just out of single crochets. You can just keep going row after row of single crochets, and it looks great. And it's not simple, it's not easy, but it's something that you can do just at the beginning. And then to get to the next row, what you're going to do is make a chain, yarn over and pull it through once. So you have that one chain. You're going to turn the work around. So now you're going back in the same direction you were going in instead of keeping going to the right. Now that you made that chain, you don't have to skip anything. You're just going to go right into the first single crochet, but this time, instead of going through the braid, which is at the top there, you're going to go underneath it so that you can see the braid on top of your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through both. So it's the same thing, you're just going underneath that braid instead of through it. There's nothing to go underneath in the chain stitch, so that's why you have to go through it in that one. Some patterns will have you go through the braid, but that's a different skill for a different day. But the same thing, you're going to go through the single crochet from the previous row, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both. Some of the fastest things you can make is with crocheting. I love knitting, I like the way it looks, but you can't beat crochet for how fast you can make projects. Even blankets, you can make those depending on the size and the pattern that you're using. You can make them in a day with crochet, whereas knitting, it could take a lot longer. Yep. It's hard to find it at the end of the row, but there it is. Same thing. And that's a single crochet. You can see that there. It's really quite simple, and there's not a lot to it. You just have to kind of get used to it and get used to the motion. Feel free to rewind, zoom in, and ask questions. I remember when I was learning, I rewound YouTube videos over and over again until I got where the yarn was supposed to be and where the hook was supposed to be. So just keep at it. Don't give up. Don't get too frustrated. And figure out where, a lot of this might be just figuring out where you want the yarn and hook and your hands to be throughout all this, because sometimes that's just the most difficult part as you're starting. Next video, we're going to learn the double crochet, which, as you can imagine, is just a single crochet double in one stitch. So once you get that down, there'll be so many more patterns that you have available to you. And soon I'm hoping to have patterns up available on the site, so that you can have access to some of those too. Thank you, and thank you for watching. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at UnraveledCrochet2019 and message me if you have any questions. And if you like this video, please like it, and please like it on Instagram too. Thanks for watching. See you next time.